Now coming to two new topics have been introduced. One is the concept of demonetization and the other is GST. Let us talk about demonetization. Everyone has heard about, everybody is aware of it. Demonetization means what? To withdraw the existing currency from the use. The government of India partially demonetized the existing currency, yes, only the notes of 500 and 1000 rupees on November 2016, November 8th, everyone remembers the date. So there were no longer legal tender, that is no longer to be used as medium of exchange. Notes of all the other denominations continue to be legal tender. People were now asked to exchange the demonetized currency notes within a stipulated time period. Everyone is aware of it. Then coming to objectives, what were the objectives? What was the purpose of demonetization? One was to reduce the tax evasion, a major source of the creation of black money. Everyone knows it will raise the revenue of the government. Now to bring back black money back into the banking system. No, it will raise lending capacity of commercial banks, which in turn will mean more investment in the economy. More investment will mean what? Higher economic growth. Now to tackle the problem of corruption, because black money is used in most corruption deals. Even this was curbed to some extent. To curb the terrorism, because the terrorism it uses black money to finance the operations. Then to stop circulation of false currency or the fake currency, because with the demonetization, the existing fake notes of 500 and 1000 rupees became waste paper. So this is all you have to do about demonetization. Coming to GST, yes, goods and services tax. It is a name given in India to a tax concept called the value added tax. It is an indirect tax which is levied on the goods and services as a percentage of their value added. Value added is the difference between, we'll be talking about in detail in the macroeconomics, the total revenue of a firm and the cost of the bought materials. Yes. Now coming to the merits. The merits of this GST. We're talking about the features first. GST in India was passed in 2016. No, it became operational from July 1st, 2017. It is the biggest tax reform in India since independence. Features are a tax only on value addition, that is by a firm, and not on entire value of output by a firm. Whatever value the firm has added, only on that the tax will be imposed. It has established parity in indirect taxation, so across the country. It is because it has replaced various types of indirect taxes levied by central government and state governments, like excise, service tax, sales tax, etc. All they have been merged into a single tax, that is GST. It is being levied or charged on all goods and services except the five petroleum products on which it may be levied or charged later. So there are 6 standard rates applied to different goods and services. The rates are 0%, 3%, 5%, 12%, 18 and 28%. There is one standard rate on one product and subject to review from time to time. Then uses. GST claims the following uses. GST has simplified taxation system, which was suffering from multiplicity of taxes and different taxes and the tax rates across the country. Then GST has created a common market and made India one market. It is because it has facilitated the freedom of movement of goods and services across India. Then GST is expected to result in higher economic growth rate. It is because it will reduce the cost of production, which in turn will raise supply. Then reduction in the cost is expected to make Indian products more competitive in the international market and likely to have positive impact on the exports. So as Indian products become cheaper, it will also lead to reduction in imports. So a rise in the exports and fall in imports both will contribute to increasing rate of economic growth in our country. Then the last point, it will increase tax compliance and higher transparency in tax, because it will make the payment easier due to online administration of the tax. Online administration reduces person to person contact that is the taxpayer and the tax officer contact. It will make the settlement faster and eliminate any type of corruption. Now the dates to remember have been given here, just go through them.